Everybody! And this competition shows why. Because at this competition, 18 of my family members of all different ages, interests, everything, are all competing. And let me tell you now, it was pretty awesome.
My auntie literally just crocheted this whole thing, and it's the world record scramble. That's like the coolest thing. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's sick.
Enjoy.
And since this was the first competition for a lot of them, they went to watch the new competitor tutorial. At every competition, the delegates, who are like the official people who help the competition run, teach all the new competitors how to, compete, with the timers and scorecards and everything else. And then it was time to compete.
They're all related to me. There's no way.
And even though we were all completely different skill levels, I was secretly hoping that we would collectively get under 20 minutes. So on average, just over 1 minute each. So let's see how we all go. My sister learned how to solve the cube a little bit after I did when she was just 6 years old. And now she's here competing at her 4th competition, showing that gender and age can't stop you from having fun with the Rubik's Cube, by getting a best time of 35 seconds, which was a new PB. And then my brother got a best time of 23 seconds. Heaps of my cousins competed, and they're all vastly different. Some prefer gaming, and some prefer soccer. Some prefer Marvel, and some prefer DC. And yet, they all took on the challenge of first solving the Rubik's Cube, and then competing in an official competition too. And they got a bunch of different times too. Some got a 1 minute solve, some 51, some got a 50-second solve, and some got 44, and some got a 58-second solve, and one of my cousins even got a 40-second solve. And to be honest, the whole thing was pretty distracting for my solve.
This is sick.
But it was still totally worth it. And I still ended up getting a best time of 6 seconds.
Huh? My best is 44. 44? That's good. Is that what you were wanting?
I was wanting a 30.
Wanting a 30? Oh, next come.
So after adding up all the kids' best times, we were at only just above 6 minutes. So it was going to be up to the parents, aunties, uncles, and grandparents to get the job done. Even though they are much older, many of my aunties and uncles have had fun learning to solve the Rubik's Cube too, and now they're here competing. And one of my aunties, who's been to a couple competitions already, got a time of just over a minute, while my uncle got a bit faster than that with a best solve of 50 seconds. My other auntie got a best time of 1 minute and 43, while one of my uncles, you can see in the background here, just got griefed by the lighting, but he still managed to get a 1 minute 28 second solve.
Good, I got a 128 as my best at the very end.
That's good.
As the nurse, well, the first one I couldn't even twist the cube. I was like, why can't I twist it?
My mum didn't want to learn how to solve the cube for ages after we learnt, but now she finally learned how to solve the cube a couple months ago, and she is now getting a 1 minute 32 second best solve. And the second fastest member of the family is my dad, who I guess is also the one who started it all by teaching a lot of us how to solve over the years. And he's been trying to average under 20 seconds. Yeah. Woo! So for this round, he got a best time of 19 seconds.
Go Jeff, 29, 30. Not happy Jeff.
And after my grandma and another auntie got best times of 2 minutes 16 and 1 minute 13, it was all down to my grandpa, Pa. If you got a best time under 3 minutes 18.34, then all 18 of us had successfully gotten under 20 total minutes. So let's see what he gets. Rah! Jump scare. You might have been thinking that 18 people, that's 18 Rubik's Cubes. Now that's gonna cost a lot. But if you order them from the cubicle, then it's actually pretty good. After the weekly sales, potential qualification for free international shipping, and code SWIFTCubing, then it's actually pretty good. So if you want to buy good Rubik's Cubes for cheap, then head on over to the cubicle and use code SWIFTCubing for 5% off, and it also helps me out. Alright, now let's see what Pa gets. Pa's solve that was under 3 minutes 18.34 wasn't recorded, so instead I put this solve and changed the time, so I hope you like it. Now let's continue celebrating. And so the 18 of my family members, who are all different ages, have different interests, are all different speeds, collectively all came and competed in an official competition, and altogether we got under 20 minutes. But that wasn't the end. There were still more events for my family to compete in, more fun to be had, and I still had a personal goal I wanted to achieve, which was to beat my arch nemesis.
I'm still alive. Yeah, I got attacked by a crocodile.
Toby had actually been in hospital for a while before this competition and got out literally that morning. But despite this handicap, he literally still got a 7.08 average in 3x3, which beat my average of 7.86 by a mile. But that's okay, because there were still 2 more rounds for me to get back at him.
Now my family's competing in other events too, that's pretty cool.
Such as Pyraminx, 2x2, Megaminx, which was really cool to see. Pyraminx, 2x2, Megaminx. Blind time!
Next to Ming.
Just kidding, that's a warm-up solve.
So he actually not submit. Look in front, don't look behind. Charlie's gonna get a world record in blind. He's amazing.
All I was really hoping for in blind was just some decent solves, maybe some 14s or 13s, but overall just a solve I could be proud of. And I got that 14.99. Sub 15, let's go. And my dad also competed in blind, and he got his first ever sub 10 minute solve, which he's been working towards for a while, which was just so awesome. And that is why I think cubing really is for everybody. Even though dad isn't breaking national or world records, he still gets to beat his own personal records and celebrate it. It's a fun time for literally anyone and everyone. Somebody forgot their blindfold.
Time for 3x3 for 2.
I managed to get a pretty good average in 3x3 round 2, which got ahead of Toby, so we were all tied up going into the finals. But first, there were 2 more finals. In 3 blind, I was again just hoping for some nice solves. A lot of my family was still hanging around to watch me compete, so I wanted to give them a nice fast solve. And I managed to do that with a 13, pretty good. And in 2x2, I did, well, I'll let my fist pumps explain it. Yeah. Yeah.
Somehow I literally just got PR average in 2x2. But now it's 3x3, gotta beat Toby, my nemesis.
So now it had come to the 3x3 final, where I could finally, once and for all, beat my arch nemesis, and my friend. Not gonna lie, I solved really well by my standards in the finals. I mean, look at this solve, I was zooming.
They looked away for 1 second and you get a fuzzer one.
But whether I won or lost, it didn't really matter. I'd still had a great time at the competition, beaten my own personal records, a whole heap, and so had everyone else at the competition. Cubing competitions really are just about meeting people, having fun with them, and breaking your own personal records. And if you happen to win, it's just a bonus. And in the end, I did beat my arch nemesis Toby in the finals, which was cool. Use code SwiftCubing at the cubicle. Thank you for watching. Watch another.